Welcome to episode 2 of season 3 of the Journeyman. Thank you for your feedback. Very, very important feedback on the first episode of this third season. The decision was, what do we do? Change the system or change the players? And the decision has been change the system to suit the players that are already here. So we are now running a different system entirely. We're not running that 5 back. We've switched. We now run a 4-2-2. Still with Morgan and Van Zier up top. With Axel Atom, who has potential on the left-hand side. With Edelman and Stroud, who have potential, although Stroud's only 72. Edelman, mid to late 70s. Atom, mid to late 70s. Carballo on the right-hand side. Then Reyes and Nialis alongside Nialis. And Duncan at left-back with Coronel in goal. I am looking to strengthen at full-back. And in this CDM position in this window, we're also looking to move on a couple of the strikers because we've got a lot. So Burke, we're looking to sell. Manuel is going to be my go-to alternative. And then Sofo and Mitchell we're hoping to loan. We currently have a 64 rated Mira as a backup goalkeeper, which is probably good enough, let's be honest. We have a decent go-to centre-back alternative as well. O'Connor, sorry. Not so much. So maybe we look to improve there later in the window. Or maybe in the summer later in the season. Because, of course, we don't have any games to play until after this transfer window is finished. We're looking to strengthen then first team fullbacks and first team central midfielder as well. Right back, we're gonna initially sign domestically. Gonna get Pedro Milans in from DC United. That's going to be my right back option. We're going to bring in at left back, I isolated 2. Omar Campos and Rene Rivas. Now, Campos is at LAFC, who finished very highly last year in MLS, so I'm not sure I can justify that one. But Rivas, certainly, we can have a crack at getting. Both players, obviously, young. I'm looking to sign younger in MLS rather than aging players at this stage. Then maybe we can bring in a marquee player in the summer who is out of contract in Europe. That's the plan anyway. And then with the midfield, we have a couple of players on the shortlist, both centre mids, but they'll be playing in a CDM spot. Nelson Palacio at Real Salt Lake and Mihaly Kata at Seattle Sounders. I think I prefer Kata, even though Palacio is taller and stronger. There's really not that much difference between them physically. And technically, there's not that much difference between them either. But because Kata is better in the pass and better in the stand tackle, I'm going to prefer him, I think. So they are my targets. I've got £19 million to go and get it done. So I'm going to go and get it done. I think most of the players are running out of contract. So I'll start at 2-3 for Milan's. They want Manuel plus 1-2. Well, that's £2.5 million worth of total value. So just £2.5 million worth of total value, please. Thank you very much. Pedro Milans is going to come in. He's on £5,100 a week. I have no idea what wages look like in MLS. I imagine they're around League One levels to compare to the English game. But we shall have to wait and see what we have to offer players that have the capability to grow quite a bit. I've got loads of money in my budget. Bloody hell. Loads of money in my budget. Well, let's give him a pay rise then. £7,000. Come and join me, Pedro. Thank you, Pedro. Mr. Rivas, valued at 2.4. My chief executive reckons that their asking price is like 3.4, but they might be willing to negotiate for, well, less than the market price. Evidently, they're not willing to negotiate for less than the market price, and he's rather less than impressed with me there, actually. So I'll offer market value on the nose, and they'll accept. Well, that wasn't too hard to negotiate. Seems like negotiations in MLS, pretty straightforward. None of this back and forth consistently that you get in the European game, that's for sure. A 3-year deal for you, please, Rene, if you don't mind. And if you give me any idea of what you'd like a week, that'd be great. If not, you can have exactly the same as the other new fullback that's come in. Would you like £7,000 a week? Yes, he says. I would love £7,000 a week. You can have it then. Can I? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I prefer Mihaly Kata. Valued at 3.7. could get him about 3.25, but their asking price is 5.4, which is obviously quite sizable. It would be the biggest deal we've done so far. I'll offer 4, and hopefully they'll just accept that. Ooh, no, they are not going to just accept that. Well, we do want to make sure we've got some money left for the summer. Probably, if we're going to pay high wages for a marquee aging player, like you guys have suggested in the comment section, then we will have to save some of that money for the summer. But we've got £8 million left, even with this deal. And obviously, my weekly wage budget definitely lasts this long. We'll give Kata 4 years if he's open to it, which indeed he is. And being of a more important position, we'll give him £8,500 a week, I think. He's going to come in and make a real impact in the starting lineup. I feel this, well, effectively, the only way is up for this Red Bull New York side, because quite literally they were bottom of all 29 clubs last season in Major League Soccer. So, in theory, I can't really go wrong, can I? A loan to buy from Western Sydney Warriors as well. Just a loan, please. I don't know what the potential is like of the younger strikers that we've got at the club, but they're in the mid-50s already. So I don't think they're going to be that good, even with 5 years' worth of first-team football. Corey Burke is gone. Toodaloo, sir. Not going to miss you at all, I don't think, with the players we've got available to us. Burke is sold. Let's be pretty straightforward here. Coronel approached. Yikes. Mohamed Sofo's going to Tyrrell. If Coronel is running out of contract, we need to get on that sharpish, because as a 74 rated goalkeeper, we need to offer him a new deal right now. Stay with me, please, mate. Stay with me. He's only on 4,400. But yeah, the wages are very much kind of mid to lower League 1 level, aren't they? Or high League 2 level. More high League 2 level, I guess. 2-year extension. Doesn't want an extension. All right, just wants a pay rise. Fair enough. I can appreciate that. It's like, look, just give me the money and I'll stay. All right. 7.5 then. Purely just for the beard, I think. Coronel, well, I presume will now stay, even though he's been approached by Inter Miami. 2-year loan to Shelbourne. The other ones have turned down the option to loan to buy. It's great my confidence to know you still value what I can bring to the team. Stay sharp, Carlos. Stay sharp. We've got a lot of work to do this season to try and get this club from bottom to top. This might be our first multi-year project in the Journeyman, because let's face it, we're almost certainly not going to go from 29th to 1st in one season, are we? New York to Ireland. I feel like the Irish link for those in New York is rather apt. So Mitchell's gone out on loan for 2 years, actually, to Shelbourne. So whether we actually ever see him play for us in this save, I'm not sure. Reyes has been approached by Inter Miami. They keep trying to poach my players to Inter Miami. I am not a fan, thank you, Mr. Beckham. Leave my squad alone. Let my best players stay with me, please. No extension. He's already got 4 years on his deal. That's fine. Does want a release clause. 4.25. I'm happy to accept that. That's fine. 4.25 is fine. And then you can have eight grand a year. Go on. Stay with me, sir. He stays with me. Piss off, Dave. Carballo has been approached by River Plate. At least it's not David Beckham this time, but he's one of my higher rated players as well. Please stay. Please stay. I want to at least see what everyone's got about them before we decide to let people go. He's obviously the lower rated players and the aging players I have been happy to just sack off. But the players that look like they're going to be vital for us moving forward, at least for this first 6 months until we get to the summer window, I want to make sure we keep at the club. So that's 3 bids made for players on free agent signings and 3 bids turned down because we've brought them in to ourselves or kept them at ourselves. Now you guys were asking where Emil Forsberger's gone. He is currently at Freiburg in Germany. He's gone back to German football, technically still very good, and would have made a massive impact in our squad. But he's not in our squad anymore. He left literally this window just gone. or this summer, this winter just passed, this off-season period. Unfortunately, we arrived just a little bit too late for Emil Forsberg in Major League Soccer, which is a shame, but we'll survive. The club will survive. Kubasi goes to PSG for 19.1. I don't imagine it's going to be a massive window in January. Jean-Philippe Mateta goes to Valencia. A bid for Lewis Morgan from Rayo Vallecano. That's an intriguing one I didn't see coming. I'm going to say no to it, obviously. £2.9 million. No. See what else goes through on deadline day. Not much at the minute. Very, very quiet transfer deadline day. Hello? Oh, a bid for Edelman. Now, we say he's got really good potential. Like, he's 69 rated now and could grow to 79 rated or so. But, again, we want to keep the best players at the club. And we will continue to do that for at least the first 6 months of the season so that we get an idea of what this squad is like before we then mould it the way that we feel we need to get another win under our belt or another piece of silverware under our belt. I don't envisage that we'll challenge for the league this year, but there's no reason why we can't go for the cup. We did that in the player career mode with Inter Miami. I think we won the cup and then lost in the playoffs, I think. Or won the cup and then won the playoffs but then lost the save. Something happened. Regardless, we have Minnesota United in our first game in Major League Soccer. So, go and batter them, shall we? For the first time in the Journeyman save, we have ourselves A, official branding for the league that we're in. B, an actual real-life stadium as well. Welcome to the Red Bull Arena in New Jersey. Not necessarily actually in New York. It's the other side of the river course. Thierry Henry, a former favourite here. There was some recommendations to sign an ageing European-based top-end player as well. So we'll maybe look into that later in the season, maybe in the summer window. We've just done the January window. Keep forgetting that we're on a calendar year here in MLS as we were in China and Australia, actually, I think. But regardless, time to start playing in America. Hopefully, time to start winning in America. I'll show you their starting lineup. We're doing the 4-2-2, of course. 3 new signings in the side. That being Kata, Rivas, and Milans, of course. And their starting lineup has Dane Sinclair in goal. 73 rated. 3-4-3 for them. Tapias, Diaz, and Boxall. Lod, Nyman, Trapp. Fragapane, Sangbin, Yaboa, and Loic Masanvi, who's 55 rated. I don't know how and Will Hillier on the bench, a Patreon player. I'm not sure how our side stacks up compared to the rest of MLS, really, ratings-wise. I don't envisage it's actually that good. It can't be, really, judging by the 29th of 29 in the standings last season. So we have, in theory, on paper, quite the challenge on our hands here at Red Bull New York to try and actually pull something out the bag and improve a struggling side. It's been 2 seasons of nothing but victories. I have a feeling we might be losing quite a few this year. William Kata, his first action is to put in a well-timed tackle for us. Here's Caballo. And in there will be Lewis Morgan. And this could be a hell of a start. It is not a hell of a start. Quite get the shot off. That opened up quite nicely and then all of a sudden just completely disappeared. Not played with a 4-2-2 that I can recall in quite a while. I think outside of the occasional in-game switch for attacking purposes due to circumstances, etc. So it's going to be a formation it takes me a little while to get used to, whilst at the same time we have a squad of players that it's going to take probably a little while to get used to. So this could be quite a frustrating start to a new season, but hopefully we get up to speed quickly with the squad, we get up to speed quickly with the formation, and we can get ourselves up to speed quickly with the league as well. And from there, hopefully, challenge to maybe make the playoffs by the end of the year. It would be a hell of an achievement if we do make the playoffs in the first year with Red Bull New York. or New York Rebels, whichever way around you want to pronounce it. But we have to have faith. I have faith in, quote-unquote, my managerial ability. We've made good signings. So hopefully those players that are currently at the club, or were currently at the club, have got some decent talent to begin with, will grow well, and will be in a position to genuinely challenge. That's a lovely ball out to Caballo. And there's some space in the middle here for Axel Atom, whose shot is blocked, squirms towards goal, but wide in the end. Caballo with the cross. Up we go with Nealis. Not sure whether it's the centre-back or... Well, it'd be the centre-back actually, wouldn't it? Because we replaced the right-back. But wide. Morgan with a nice turn. And Kata inside to Morgan again. He's Atom. First time effort. Good save by St Clair. Van Zier close, but no goal yet. We've been the better offensive side, I think it's safe to say. Judging by the opening 20 minutes or so here. Kata, why not from 40 up? Oh my Christ. Ladies and gentlemen, well, I can't even talk. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Major League Soccer. From 40 yards, your new signing smashes the first goal of our time in New York. You might well look disappointed, Mr. Sinclair. That's embarrassing, mate. He's a long way out. It's not that embarrassing. He just never stood a bloody chance. Wowzers. Rivas chasing Jong Sangbin. That is not ideal, mate, when looking for a teammate, if we're honest. Morgan. That is ideal when looking for a teammate. Van Zier is through. I don't know whether he's right or left-footed. Doesn't matter. 2-0 Red Bulls. The fire burns behind the goal as we are red hot today. Lod. And out wide again. Edelman's going to have to get involved in the fullback covering position here, but he's done that very well. Options through the middle there. Morgan. That's going to break free for them. And Trap turns very well. Now wide, can we get there? We can. Counter. Caballo. It's a really good run. I'm sorely tempted to try it again. Oh my God, we've got some long shot wonder kids today. I don't know whether it's the goalkeeper or whether our players are just that good. Why did this team finish 29th last year? They're actually pretty decent. 3-0 and 2 of them from 25 plus yards. Oh, ping. That is a lovely pass. Caballo beats the man as well. Tucks it back. And inside. Oh, what a goal that would have been for a fourth. Unbelievable football from Red Bull New York. That is incredible. This team already are impressing. I mean, it's Minnesota United, so it's not necessarily close to one of the best sides that we're going to be facing this year. But still, impressed with the way that people have played thus far. Oh, not so impressed with the calibre of the tackling there, if we're honest. All passing actually following on from it. Just over the hour mark now, we'll make some changes and see what other players are like. We've got the luxury now of having a scoreline that we can make some changes. Throw Duncan in at left back. Carmona was supposed to be pretty decent, at least with a cam roll. So let's bring him in for Axel Atom. We've got quite a few young players here that could really make a genuine difference. Van Zier for Manuel, let's do as well, because Manuel is rapidos. Well, 3-0 and flying on MLS opening day. Let's hope it's not a one-off and we've kind of fooled ourselves into thinking we might be competitive this season, because we ultimately might end up not being competitive this season, but we'll enjoy it whilst it lasts. Thought I got a toe to that. Oh, I nearly got a shin to him. Huanlang Wane? Christ knows. Yaboa. 3-1. Cut apart. Minnesota, to be fair, have probably deserved a goal. But let's not get too over the top with the celebrating, shall we? I think he's taking the piss out of their new English manager, isn't he, there? Guess who's fucking winning, pal? Morgan. Carmona. Morgan still got it. Catter again. Keeper saves well. All in all, pleased with this first proper episode of this season here in the United States of America land. You guys wanted me to come to MLS. Is this what you expected from Major League Soccer? I mean, if the keeper could come and get it, that'd be lovely. Or did you think it'd be... I mean, it's Minnesota United, so like I say, it's not necessarily one of the obviously big sides that are going to cause us any issues. Are you expecting the rest of the season to be more difficult? Did you even think that a game like this would be more difficult than it were? To be fair, it's taken a couple of absolutely stonking worldies to get a 3-1 win. Otherwise, it would have been 1-1. So, maybe we are getting a little bit carried away? Don't know. We'll find out in due course. But I have to be pleased with a win in our first game as official New York Red Bulls manager. Do drop the video a like if you're enjoying the save. Apologies that this video is out a little late. I now need to go and rush and make an RTG video for today, which is also going to be a little late. We're trying to catch up as best we can. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more, and I'll see you next time.